Morning, how are you? You all right?
Yeah, I'm alive. I'm actually, you know what? I haven't had any caffeine yet.
Okay.
Which is good, I think. I feel like that's a good thing already. Let me just put these on 1 second. Let me get this going. Right, I've got you now. I can actually hear you. Yeah. So, yeah, I haven't had any caffeine yet, which is good. I did have, I had some like porridge with golden syrup, which was like nectar to me at 4 o'clock this morning. It was just ridiculous. But yeah, no, thanks for joining me, man.
No, it's good and great effort. What you quarter way through now or something, or just over? So
yes, yeah, quarter way through. And I played 90 minutes of football yesterday as well for the first time in a long time as part of our fundraising activities, and regretted it terribly when I tried to walk up the stairs to the office this morning.
Fair play, yeah. Those days are definitely behind me. I retired a long time ago.
Well, look, yeah, I got your obviously. We've got a lot to talk. I want to talk about yourself, your story, and Concrete Rose in detail when you come back on later. But you messaged me and you had some ideas around what you wanted to do with this time, this 6:30 slot. So I'm kind of at your mercy as to.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough, really. I just thought I've been mulling it over a little bit, and I guess one thing important in mental health is that kind of creative expression, isn't it? Really, and one thing I've wanted to do for a long time is I've always enjoyed reading and kind of words and that kind of thing, and I've wanted to get into maybe writing a bit creatively, or certainly poetic writing for a while, and it's not quite happened. And at the start of 2022, I thought, maybe I could start writing some stuff, and again, that hasn't happened as yet. But as a prelude to that, I think that can be a really good way of me kind of processing some stuff and good from a mental health point of view. So I thought, the prelude to that, maybe I could share some poetry alike or poetic verse alike, and we could just discuss it together.
I think that's beautiful. But I'll tell you something. I've got to get Jam. I don't know if you're aware of Jamala, who you may have just caught her in the background of the last stream.
Yeah, so I think she is some of the promo stuff. Yeah.
Fine. So she is a poet as well. So she's obviously a massive fan of poetry, and she's done a lot of spoken word stuff. So I feel like it would be a massive shame and a massive waste if I want to be involved in this conversation, and I'm fascinated by it, but I just feel like it's a massive shame not to have Jam in this conversation as well. So if you're okay, we're just going to cut to a very quick 2-minute ad. Yeah, and I'm going to go get Jam, and then we'll come back and we'll do exactly as you suggest, because I think that would just be wonderful.
Great.
Awesome. Right, back in a second.
In 2022, I'm speaking up for mental fitness for business owners.
I'm speaking up for young people who need somewhere safe to stay in 2022.
Hey everybody, Barbara Fernandez here, and what I am speaking up for in 2022 is the benefits of comedy for mental health. Whee! Whether you do it as a comedian like myself, or whether you go to watch it and enjoy it, it really works, and it's cheaper than therapy. Bye!
In 2022, I'm speaking up for normalising conversations around mental health.
In 2022, I'll be speaking up for everyone that doesn't believe in themselves.
Good morning, I'm speaking up for everybody that thinks that they are helpless.
In 2022, I'm going to speak up for resilience in business and for mental health.
I'm speaking up for people who are trying to find positivity through adversity.
My name's Lee Smith. In 2022, I'm speaking up for forgotten.
Okay. I had to interrupt that. I've got Jam with me here. So
good morning.
Morning, Jam. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm nice and energized. Clearly, I'm clearly well rested.
Good.
So
Jam's been doing the night shift with me. So bless her, she's been here midnight till 6 this morning with me.
Fair play.
So Jam wouldn't have heard what we were talking about. So basically, Mike has a huge passion and vision for himself to write his own poetry.
Okay, wow.
But as a prelude to that, to use your words, Mike, maybe reading some existing stuff might just trigger some conversation. Is that kind of where you were going with that?
That's kind of it. I guess, I've wanted to for a while, Jam, so I'm the real novice here.
So wow, you should definitely do it, man.
I'll have to get some tips at some point. But I just thought, to be honest, it's a bit self-indulgent. When I was very young, my aim in my life was to appear on what was called teletext. I don't know if teletext is.
I'm not that young. Trust me. I have a baby face. I can share my skincare routine, but trust me, I remember teletext.
Okay, great. So, but when obviously from a sporting point of view, when that didn't happen, then my next kind of aim in life was to appear on something called Desert Island Discs. Where you kind of do songs and you get to tell about your story. But I thought, so I'd use this half hour to be a bit more self-indulgent and a Desert Island Disc style thing, but with poetry or poetic.
Let's go. Let's make it happen. Let's go. This is fun. I thought we was going to be in some deep conversations, but this is the kind of energy I need at 6 a.m. Let's go.
No, that's cool. Okay, well, the first one that I chose is very mainstream, very populist. I think it's probably the nation's favourite poem.
Okay.
And it's If by Rudyard Kipling.
Okay.
But I think it's got some real truths in there, and certainly truths that have resonated with me, that I've come back to, I guess when starting something new, starting a kind of new enterprise. There's a lot of stuff in there which I think is good to hold on to. So shall I read it and then we can?
Yeah, of course.
Do it, man. Do it.
Okay, why not? Okay, here goes. Apologies for any mistakes at this point.
It's all right.
So it says, if you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you, if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too, if you can wait and not be tired of waiting, or being lied about, don't deal in lies, or being hated, don't give way to hating, and yet don't look too good, nor talk too wise. If you can dream and not make dreams your master, if you can think and not make thoughts your aim, if you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two impostors just the same, if you can bear to hear the truth you've spoken, twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools, or watch the things you gave your life to broken and stoop and build them up with worn-out tools, if you can make one heap of all your winnings and risk it on one turn of pitch and toss, and lose and start again at your beginnings and never breathe a word about your loss. If you can force your heart and nerve and sinew to serve your turn longer after they are gone, and so hold on when there is nothing in you except the will which says to them, hold on. If you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with kings nor lose the common touch, if neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you, if all men count with you, but none too much. If you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, yours is the earth and everything that's in it, and which is more, you'll be a man, my son.
Wow.
There you go.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice. What are you thinking, Jam, on that?
Some deep stuff, guy. Oh, wow. I just love it because I feel like every time I hear that poem, because it's not the first time I've heard it, but every time I hear it, I just feel like, especially hearing it today, after all the conversations that we've had, I look at it different because it's like, that's come from a place of pain to get to a place of beauty, if that makes sense. So it's like that pain created that beauty.
Which was everything we were discussing. Yeah. Why did you lean towards that, Mike? Why did that?
Yeah, I think similar things. There's just certain lines in there which really stand out to me and probably been particularly relevant or pertinent over the past, since setting up Concrete Rose, really. But there's the kind of sense of, if you can wait and not be tired of waiting, that sense of just needing to hold on. If you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two imposters just the same. I mean, I don't know how you find it, Alex. Be good to you've done a lot more business stuff than me, but sometimes your emotions can be affected by good news or then bad news, and you've kind of got to be able to treat both those things the same. You've got to try and be able to be level emotionally, even when things are going really well. Yeah. But even if things don't go well for a while, if you see what I mean, you've got to be able to just keep level through that.
So to kind of stitch this into conversations we've already had today as well, it's going. The word in there is going. Whether it's going well, whether it's not going well, it's going. And I think it's that forward motion, that especially in business. If we're talking about business, you know, there's always something. There's always something. We're firefighters. There's always something.
We had this conversation earlier. It's like you said about the emotions. It's just like really understanding their place and like their purpose, and just really just embracing it, like the good and the bad, and just, you know, seeing their value in each moment and stuff like that, and just you know, it's balance at the end of the day.
It is balance, and it's
balance.
It's the whole of that. It literally is the whole of that. It's so how many times
there's such beauty in balance.
We're going to see this conversation. We're going to see this conversation all day, and it's up, down, up. You know, but it's okay. Like it is because it's going. We're doing it. Wherever we're sharing with, we're sharing.
You have to see the night to appreciate the day.
Absolutely, absolutely.
It's like we're always gonna have that nighttime, and without the nighttime, we will never have daytime.
Yeah. No, lovely, man. Love that.
That's great.
That's beautiful, man.
Okay. Cool.
I love poetry as well.
Mike's got another one.
I'm so happy because Alex was trying to get me to do it, and I was like, "Listen, you didn't pay me to do this, you know."
I've got two more, but
you've inspired me, so I might do one after you.
Cool, please, I'd love that. That'd be amazing. I've got two more, but they're much shorter.
All right, then.
The next one's not really a poem, but it's a bit of poetic verse, and it actually comes from.
Good morning, everybody that's joining us on live. By the way, good morning, guys.
I've already done that bit.
I'm just saying again because we've had people just.
Oh yeah, hi, morning. Yeah, sorry, I did see. Yeah, Mr. Newman's up, and so Newman, you missed out, and I think you checked out about 2 a.m. After that, it went very downhill. We got banned from Facebook at one point. Jam don't want to talk about it. Anyway, go on, Mike. Hit us.
Yeah.
Next one.
So the second poem I did, it's more like poetic verse. It actually comes from the Bible, but I think it's relevant for like all faiths or none, really. But one thing for me, from a mental health point of view, especially when things are not going well, like perspective is so important. And to do that for me, it's about getting out there in nature, natural beauty, mountains, stars at night, ocean. I think they all just put me in my place. Like I love to be, you know, once you get out there, you're like, I'm so insignificant.
That's helpful.
But also there's this juxtaposition I think that happens when you get into nature. For me, like you feel so insignificant and irrelevant, but something in you says no, but I'm significant. It's worth pursuing. And so just a few words for that. This comes from something called Psalm 8, and it says, "When I look at the night sky and see the work of your fingers, the moon and the stars that you set in place, what are mere mortals that you should think about them? Human beings that you should even care for them. Yet you made them a little lower than the angels and crowned them with glory and honor. You gave them charge of everything you made, putting all things under their authority, the flocks and the herds and the wild animals, the birds in the sky, the fish in the sea, and everything that swims in the ocean currents." Really short, but it's a few words that for me talk about. And I love it when I'm feeling a bit down, getting under the stars at night. I feel like so insignificant, but there's just something in me that thinks, no, go again. You can make a difference here. So for the second bit of poetic verse that really inspires me, it'd be that one.
Wow.
So getting out. So I like this. I hadn't heard that before.
But nature's important.
It's so important.
I can't lie. I lived a very angry life. I was an angry child until I went outside. And I say outside, like I never went outside. I wasn't locked in the house, guys. Like that wasn't the case. But like growing up in like the quote unquote concrete jungle, like jungle living in a council estate, like the first time I ever like saw nature was when I went on a school trip to like the Lake District.
How old were you?
I was like, it's gonna sound mad. I was 13.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I was 13. I lived for the first 13 years of my life not seeing a real sheep.
That's weird.
That's weird.
It is for us.
But do you know what made it? Do you know what made it more weird? The fact that I was petrified and like it was like people couldn't understand why. Like,
well, sheep's a weird thing.
They're very weird, man. And it's like they us to climb mountains and stuff, but just like I used to be scared of like bugs and all of that, and just all of these irrational fears that I had because I didn't know it. Like,
do you spend much time in nature now?
All the time.
Yeah.
All the time. Like I do this weird thing. I take my shoes off and my socks off Like I have to do it, like especially on hot days or whatever. If it's not muddy and I'm like going past the park, like just to like feel grounded, like and just breathe. Like it's weird to say, but
powerful.
Just like I heard that there's a certain connection that you get when your feet is like
don't take them
planted on the ground, but like without
sweating
socks
for 6 hours. Don't take them off.
No, my feet smell fine. Alex, you're the one that's been playing football. Like, don't come here with that. But yeah, no, I see what you mean about nature. It's powerful because you realize like what you're connected to. Yeah. When you're in a box, like watching a box all day, constantly focused on a box, like you're boxed in basically. Like, but when you're outside, you see where you're connected to. You see what you came from. You see what you're going to. Like the ground, that's what you're gonna be like. That's what you're gonna be feeding later on. And like as much as we would say, but that's where we come from. That's where we're going. Like that's what we're part of. Like of nature. So like I don't know. When you realize that it's humbling, but it's empowering at the same time, and it's weird. It's a weird feeling because you feel insignificant, but you find life so. It gives life its significance. Nice. It's 6 a.m, guys. I've been here for 6 hours. That's sleep, but I'm still articulating sentences.
Mike's bringing it all. Mike's bringing it all of it. Go on, yeah.
So I got my last. The last
morning,
one
Rachel.
Before
good morning.
Before Jam, you're going to
look forward to seeing you next.
Well, Rachel, yeah.
We'll
so
Rachel next,
Rachel is the person who actually introduced me to Mike. So yeah,
connections.
Good morning, Rachel. Rachel is the connections. Awesome, beautiful. Okay, go on.
So last one. So the organisation I've set up is called Concrete Rose, and that comes from a poem by Tupac. This is called "The Rose That Grew from Concrete."
Yeah.
So I thought I'd share that poem. I mean, it's both a poem that is in his book, "The Rose That Grew from Concrete," and then there's also a song. So I put a bit of his own spoken word on the end. Yeah. But it says,
"Oh, wicked.
Did you hear about the rose that grew from a crack in the concrete, proving nature's laws wrong? It learned to walk without having feet. Funny it seems, but by keeping its dreams, it learned to breathe fresh air. Long live the rose that grew from concrete when no one else even cared." You see, you wouldn't ask why the rose that grew from the concrete has damaged petals. On the contrary, we would all celebrate its tenacity. We would love it, or we would all love its will to reach the sun. And so I think for me, it's just such a, I mean, it's obviously autobiographical. Tupac saying, look where I've come from. You should be celebrating who I am, not focusing on my scars and my prickles. Yes, they're there. They're a product of kind of my life, but you should focus on the tenacity and be celebrating that, really. And it's interesting, Jam, you said off the back of the first poem, "If" by Rudyard Kipling, it shows that something's come from adversity. And for me, this just speaks of both an individual who's managed to overcome adversity, but for me, I'm working with young people that are struggling and had often traumatic, difficult starts to life. It just speaks of A, their own tenacity to come through that, and B, the fact that such beauty can come out of such brokenness sometimes. And C, we've all got scars and prickles from life, and sometimes the young people I'm dealing with maybe more scars and prickles than most, but let's celebrate who they are, what they've overcome, and also what they can be. Yeah. So for me, that's why that poem has always resonated with me. Tupac generally does resonate, but that's why I chose that as the name for our organisation, the Concrete Rose, because I just can't think of a more powerful picture than he lays down there, really.
I love that.
Wow.
I can see Jam's brain ticking on that one because So you're going to hear more because we've done this a weird way around because of the way we've set this up, but when I interview Mike later, what time are you on? About 9:30, is it, Mike?
9:30, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going to introduce Mike to the world.
Mike, I'll be working at 9:30. Yeah. But I'll be listening.
You deserve all the work that you're going to take.
No, but I am actually logging in to start my shift at 9. I genuinely am. The plan is for me to be asleep right now, but
it's fine. This is too fun.
This is too fun, man. Right now we're trying to raise money, so if you guys can donate,
that's what it's all about.
Yeah, man. Extreme sports, staying up.
So, do you have any thoughts towards that?
No, just it's inspiring. And I love that you're inspired by words are so powerful, and words carry energy, and words put in a certain order with a certain equation of energy, communicated in the right way, can just really, you know, affect somebody in a certain way that just changes the world. And yeah, Tupac even said, it's like, you might not be the change, but you might be the one that inspires, that ignites that spark in somebody that will be the change that you want to see in the world. And I just feel like that's just, yeah. Words are just powerful, and I'm fascinated by it. Like being a speaker, being a poet myself, just loving music, loving writing. Writing saved my life. Writing and journaling, like especially like for me, having gone through a lot in life, especially in my early years, I found like writing like as a way of like saying how I felt without explicitly saying how I felt in just the artistic way. So it just kind of gave me that armor in a sense. Whereas I'm really saying some deep stuff, but because it sounds good and it's in a nice flow, it's more receptive to the ears.
So I think Luke's just said it there, you know, saying, you know, rappers don't get enough credit for their poetry.
No, they don't. They don't. And yeah, like everything that I've written at certain points in my life, it just tells me like, you know, I'm at a certain point in my life right now. Like just a certain, just it just shows me a lot, and it helps me give me understanding for stuff that happen, allows me to create a narrative that allows me to like live with it in the present, but then also gives me a vision for the future. So how am I going to use that to deal with it in the future? So it's just like from all aspects, and it's like you're not living in the past and you're not living in the future, but it's like I'm here now. I can see both. I'm aware of both. It's just like I'm here now. Let me just, you know, embrace this art and share it.
Yeah, I think it's just a great point, and it can be so kind of therapeutic and cathartic in and of itself, can't it? Really, I mean, I think Alex, you're interviewing Romsey Mill later, maybe KD.
I've got KD on. I've got KD. I can't remember what time. I think KD's just after you, actually.
Okay, so I mean, before obviously I worked 12 years for Romsey Mill, and we in the end had 4 studios around, and I'm sure you can pick that up with KD and stuff. But because young people just found it. It's a way of being able to express some of those emotions that were difficult to get out in other ways, really. And
100%,
it's huge. We went. So Jam came and visited Romsey Mill with me.
They got some bangers.
When was that? Prior to Christmas or something. And you felt it. You felt it. It's amazing. Like you know. It's
I don't know, man. I feel like everybody has a right to figure out what tools work for them. Whether that's music, whether that's writing, whether that's reading, whether that's exercise, but I feel like as people, like it's our right to figure out what works for us. And I feel like there's certain things in life that are barriers towards that. And that's what upsets me the most. But I feel like there's hope in a sense where people can find a way. And it's like, just encourage them. It's like, whatever worked for me might not work for you, but there's other people dealing with it in X, Y, Z. Like there's a huge amount of tools. Like, let's just explore them. And I feel like it's just a shame where we're forced to have to figure this out later on in life when it could have been so much easier before. When it could have just been, you know, baked into the cooking,
the system.
To the system. It could have been baked in, but we can get into conspiracy theories. We did that at 3 a.m., guys. We
did that. You have to rewind a few hours to get the conspiracies.
But yeah, man, writing's just so powerful for me. Yeah.
That's beautiful. Mike.
Love it.
Absolutely amazing. Are you going to share a piece before we have you got a little something on your phone or something that you could share?
Do you know what I'll do? Yeah, I'll do it exclusive.
Oh dear.
I'll do it exclusive. And my battery is on 3%.
Oh no. There's charger in the other room.
I'll do it exclusive. Something that I've written recently this year. And I haven't written in a long time because I do get, not writer's block, but I feel pressure to write. Like, especially like something artistic, like I journal every day, but like in terms of like something that sounds, you know, good. But sorry, just going through my hundreds of...
Good morning, Jackie. Thanks for joining us.
Jackie, you've come in at the right time, back to spit some bars. Good morning, Jackie. So this is something that I recently, like I said, like everything that I write just kind of like tells me something about how I'm feeling. So this is kind of exclusive. So this is kind of give you insight to how I'm feeling most recent time in my life.
Oh, you.
Let me take a sip of my tea.
So do I have to, should I zoom the mic in? Do you want to get this intensity?
Oh, no. We're good. We're good. Why am I stressing? Life's a blessing. I got a mad obsession. I just want to see progression. I'm just setting my intentions, suppressing my depression, still learning all these lessons, but forgetting why I'm stressing. Like, why am I stressing? Life's a blessing. Steady finessing all this money that I'm getting, forget a like. Fuck a like, fuck impressions. Don't care who I'm impressing. When a day one out here don't even want to check in. Regretting all this stressing because it's blocking all my blessings. Blocking all my blessings, man, it's stopping me from resting. See, I don't sleep these days, it's deep these days. Smile when they pre my face, can't see my pain or feel my rage, it's crazy. It's like I'm waiting for someone to save me from this pain because I go through it daily. It's like the same ones that rate me be the ones that hate me. Talk behind my back, they want to embrace me. Can't force it no more for your sake, forsake me. I'm not scared of losing you, I lost the one that raised me. So I'm floating wavy, and it's 4 a.m, so I can't remember my words. I'm feeling like a baby. Hey. No, guys, yeah, that's just something that I wrote recently. But guys, when I write stuff down, I find it hard to read. Like I just have to feel it and just.
It was beautiful. We felt it.
But guys, sometimes you just have to stop and think, like, why are you really stressing? Like, life is really just a blessing.
Amen.
That's what I'm feeling right now. I'm blessed, man.
I feel so happy
blessed
right
like,
now.
I get to stay. Not that I have to stay up and do a 24. I get to stay up between midnight and this time and get all of these amazing keys and wake up with all of these beautiful people and just make their morning. So it's a fantastic opportunity, guys. What a blessing.
Beautiful. Mike, you have brought the smiles.
Mike has brought the vibes. But guys, I've got a voice note from Danny B. Who's on at
Danny
8,
B's coming at 8.
And I voice noted her at what time did I message her?
Jam sent to Danny B, who's coming on to.
I was hungry this was at 11 o'clock, guys. 11 yesterday.
What did you say?
I said.
I know it's morning because I know you're probably.
Can you hear this?
But I'm just here with Alex, and I was thinking we're about to start our stream, and like
I don't want it to be too close.
And I really want an egg sandwich. I don't want it from a house or anything. Like I really wanted to like make it myself. But seeing as you're coming at 8, is it really cheeky of me if I ask you to make me an egg sandwich?
So guys, we're gonna get the answer right now live.
I've just come out of the house, man. Seriously, your messages
are guys, I'm so angry.
Oh my god.
However, it is on a sourdough bread. You know, I don't do.
Well, she hooked you up.
Oh, I've got a white baby.
I like sourdough bread.
I don't even know what you want. Of course, I'll bring it in.
Yeah, Danny B. With egg sandwich coming in.
God.
Whoa.
Thank God. Sourdough bread, get in.
So this is the message we like to see in the morning. Jackie, oh my days, why am I stressing? Wow, yes.
Life's a blessing.
Life is a blessing. Mike, sir.
You'll always be regretting all this stressing because it's blocking all your blessings. Don't let the stressing block your blessings, guys.
There you go, straight
because
from Jam.
If you stress, you're so focused on the stress that you don't see, or you don't necessarily see the opportunities or stuff that can, get you out of your rut. That like weak mind, not that weak mindset, sorry, that's the wrong terminology to use, but that closed-mindedness, that fixed mindset.
Well, it's these conversations that will. These conversations.
You need
a
growth mindset. Hence why I'm wearing the self-growth top. Self-growth London, guys. I don't like wearing big brands. Like you'll never see me promoting big brands.
We got a schedule.
Yeah, but I'm just saying I don't like promoting big brands. I like to wear my friends' brands. So they got Self-Growth London. Yeah. I've got my big puffer jacket as well. That makes me look like Kenny. Made by my good friend from World Gnarly. So like, if I'm spending any money, like guys, just
support your local, support
your local businesses, man. That's what Shifties is about as well.
Damn right, Mike. Absolute legend for teeing this up.